What's up guys, and welcome back to the next episode of this VW T4 campervan conversion. So the conversion's coming along quite nicely. I've got a few bits and bobs already ticked off. I've got the front seats in, I've got new flooring in. I've also done the rear coil springs that needed replacing in the van as well. And I've started taking apart the previous conversion that was inside here as well. And when I've been taking it apart, I've seen that the insulation that's behind the panels, it's not quite the insulation I prefer to use. I prefer to use the PIR insulation boards, but this has had, I'm not sure whether this is fiberglass or the recycled bottle stuff, but either way it's not the type of stuff that I really like to use in these conversions. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking out a lot of this old insulation, replacing it with the Recticel PIR boards, and then I might fill in the gaps with some of the previous insulation that I'm going to be taking out as well, just to be sure that it's as insulated as possible. But it also means I'm going to be using more of the insulation that I prefer to use rather than the loose recycled bottle type stuff instead. And so some of that will still be getting reused, and all of the previous bubble foil that you can see that the previous owner put on the walls as well, I might as well leave all that in place. There's no point in taking all that off. It's already in place, it's already going to be doing a good job as it is. So it's basically just another layer of insulation that's already in place that I don't need to do anything with. So first things first, I'm going to be getting some of this Recticel insulation boards cut down to size. These are going to be for the main upper panels and the lower panels as well. I should have enough on this board to get both of the rear quarters completely done. And say if there are any small little gaps, I will still use some of this stuff as well. It's not as though I'm going to just chuck all this in the bin, but I would much rather use the PIR insulation boards with just a little bit of this recycled stuff, filling in the gaps and over the top as well. So I'm going to get a safety knife out, so take some measurements, get some of this Recticel Celotex type stuff all cut down to shape to be able to go into the voids inside both of the rear panels. We'll get both of these fully insulated up, and as I say, we'll use some of this recycled stuff in the gaps where we need to as well. And by the end of this video we should have a fully insulated rear of the T4 campervan, and I might also look to get some Jablite insulation installed on the roof as well before I create a new headlining as well. So let's get cracked on, let's get some of this stuff cut down, get it ready to be put into place, and we'll have a look and see what it all looks like at the end of the video. Right guys, so the insulation's coming along nicely. As you can see, I've ripped out all of the old recycled bottle fiberglass type stuff, replaced it with the Recticel PIR insulation boarding. I say this has a much higher insulation R rating value, so I'd much rather use this type of stuff rather than the recycled stuff. It also just looks a lot nicer and neater, I think, anyway. It gives a more neater, professional look to the insulation rather than just having loads of the loose recycled bottle plastic type stuff hanging all over the place. So that's both of the rear quarters fully done. Now I'm going to get some Jablite and insulate the ceiling. I won't be able to put a new headlining up yet because I'm just waiting for a solar panel to arrive. Once I've got some solar panels mounted to the roof, then I can get the headlining in place as well. But in the meantime, while I'm doing parts of the insulation, I might as well get the roof or ceiling insulated as well. And as I say, I'm just going to be sticking some 25mm Jablite to the ceiling, and then that'll all get encapsulated with the new headliner when that's ready to go up as well. But it's coming along quite nicely. As I say, I'm happy with these two rear quarter panels, how they've came out, quite nice and neat. So let's get the Jablite out, get this ceiling fully insulated up as well, and that'll be the insulation pretty much done. So let's get cracked on, get a bit more done. Right guys, so there we go, that's pretty much all the insulation that I'm going to be doing, all done. That's both of the rear quarters fully insulated with the Recticel Celotex Kingspan type PIR insulation boards. And then I've been up onto the roof lining and removed all of the previous bubble foil that was stuck to it. And I've stuck down some Jablite insulation, and this is 25mm insulation, so that'll give a lot more insulating properties compared to a bit of bubble foil that was 2mm thick. So as you can see, that's the full roof lining completely insulated now, and the rear quarters. So the only thing I've got left to check now would be the bottoms of both of the sliding doors, but I'll check those at a later time. I'm probably going to be fitting a window into that sliding door, so I'll check the insulation back then. But from the looks of it, it's probably going to be insulated with the same sort of recycled plastic bottle material that the rear quarters were done in anyway. So as I say, I'll have a look at those at a later time when I'm looking to actually get a window fitted into the door. But at least that's the main part of the rear of the van fully insulated out now, so I can now get the ply panels fully recarpeted and get those ready to go back in as well. I can also start recarpeting all the metalwork, because obviously it was previously carpeted in one sheet, so to get into the insulation area I had to take all of the carpeting off that was carpeting the metalwork as well. So there's still plenty more jobs to be getting cracked on with this VW T4 campervan conversion. So I hope you found this video on the insulation side of things useful. Follow along with the conversion as we go along, week by week as well. There's loads of jobs still to come, and there's a few already uploaded of the conversion so far as well. So if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button, give the video a good old like, and hopefully I'll see you on next week's episode of this VW T4 campervan conversion. Thanks for watching. Cheers.